All right, gang, it is crypto time. So let's get busy. So look, guys, remember how we started this crypto journey, right? I believe this is our third crypto show. We skipped last week, right? Because all that Bitcoin madness was happening. We don't want to get involved in that. We charted it, right? And we've been talking about it on our stock show, how we charted it. And we'll get to that in just a minute because that is your definitive chart right now. But we also added a little bit of a little boost to this, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But remember, we're not going to trade this like idiots. We're not going to trade this like 90% of the people on YouTube, okay? We're going to trade this like a tradable asset, and we talked about that. Now, remember what we talked about in the beginning. We took $200, right? About $200, and we put it in a Nexo account. And the reason we opened the Nexo account is we were in Hawaii and we had tried Voyager, but we were put on a waiting list because, and we know why now, right? It was so busy that they just couldn't approve everybody quickly enough. We originally wanted Voyager because we knew they used Plaid for their bridge between deposits, right, and withdrawals between your bank and the exchange. That was your bridge, was Plaid. And we knew with Schwab, which is where we keep the bank account at, we could use Plaid to actually deposit. Nobody else will let us deposit. The biggest headwind we had was the fact that we lost our ID at the beginning of the COVID, and we can't get one till August. So we couldn't verify our identity on Nexo, so we couldn't deposit. What a life we live, right? Well, we found a way to work around it, right? Look, we smelled profit and we went and got it, right? Well, we're like hound dogs when it comes to profit. So what we did was we opened up the Nexo account and we took some Bitcoin and we deposited it into the Nexo account to start it, $200 worth of Bitcoin. So now you look about 2 months later, and let's go take a look at that account. There you go. It's now just about doubled, right? How did we do that? Well, a lot of it was, we talked about it before, right? We took that $200, we put 40% into Nexo, into Bitcoin. We put 40% into Ethereum, and we put another 20% into our one long-term smaller coin, right? We went through all the projects, all the coins, and we found the one we liked the best to be the most, to have the best potential going over time. And we decided to go with Stellar, right? The Lumens coin. And we're happy with Stellar. But the big thing about Nexo was, regardless of position size, regardless of how much coins you own, regardless of what coins you own, you get daily interest. And you can see we've taken advantage of that, right? Look at our daily interest. You want to see view all? How's that? Now, if you look lately, you'll see we've deposited some Bitcoin, right? We deposit a little Bitcoin there. We deposit a little Bitcoin there. How did we do that? So let's talk about the next phase of what we did. Let me get you off screen sharing. So guess what? The Voyager account finally got approved. Then at first, Schwab wasn't equipped to do Plaid. Then we waited on that. And guess what? Schwab said, finally came on board, and now Plaid is, we were able to deposit cash. So we took $200 more and we put it in a Voyager account. In that Voyager account, we don't do anything but trade small coins. We played Dogecoin, right? We bought it at 34 cents. We sold it at 41 cents. You see how we're not looking for home runs. We're not looking, if we'll take it if we get it. You know what I mean? But we're just looking for 15, 20% gains. We cash out immediately. And what do? We immediately take that money, buy Bitcoin, and send it over to Nexo. Why do we do that? Well, think if you owned a business, right? You own a business, you bring an employee on. What's the first thing you do? You train them, right? Once he's trained, or he or she is trained, sorry for using the gender pronouns. If that offends you, you're watching the wrong show. But so now this person has training. So now what are you going to do? You put them to work. So the Voyager account, right? We take these little pokes, right? And if we get 10, 15, 20%, we're happy. If maybe a coin blows up and we get a big gain, we haven't got one yet. but it's kind of a tricky environment, right? And then we just immediately, it doesn't matter if it's $10, it doesn't matter if it's $15, it doesn't matter if it's $1 million. It immediately gets turned into Bitcoin and it gets sent over to the Nexo account. Why? Immediately, the Nexo account will start paying interest on that. That means it'll start compounding, right? Now you've taken your employee, you've hired them in the Voyager, you've trained them in the Voyager, and now you're putting them to work, right? And now we don't touch nothing. All we do with the Nexo is, and we talked about this in the beginning, we have a little ratio. When Bitcoin gets super strong, right, and Ether is not, we swap the coins into the Ether. We ride the Ether up and we keep watching that ratio. And we don't check it every hour. We don't check it 5 times a day. We might check it 2 times a day, once in the morning when we're trading stocks and maybe in the afternoon sometime when we remember. There's only one thing more valuable to us than an asset, okay, than a tradable asset, and that's our time. And so we're not looking to spend, that's why you don't see crypto shows every day. And I'll talk more about when you can find out about the coins we're trading in Voyager if you want to follow along on that. But it's very simple. It's like the old penny stock days, guys. You find a coin that's got a lot of news behind it, you got a lot of momentum behind it, and you ride that real quick. That's all it is. We don't use charts. We don't use anything for it. I've said it before, a chart is a chart, and it's true. You can use the charts on these little coins if you want, but I would only use them for support and resistance purposes. They move so quick and they're so volatile that you don't get real patterns like your head and shoulders, your cup and handles, and things like that. Double bottoms and things, you know what I mean? Triple tops, blah, blah, blah. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. This coin is getting a lot of attention. This coin's got a lot of news. This coin's probably going to pop a little bit. We buy it, we sell it. We don't marry it. We don't fall in love with it. All we want is that 10, 15, 20% so we can buy the Bitcoin and send it over to work, right? We put it in the work camp. And so far it's working. So now look, like I said, you know, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. The more time you spend, the more noise you listen to. The more noise you listen to on YouTube, CNBC, and all this stuff, the more you'll get shaken out of your money, or you'll make bad decisions. Make your decisions on your own. Don't rely on other people for that. And you see, we do it too. Where was I here? I'm getting excited. It's Friday morning too. We're looking to start the weekend. You know, just make decisions on your own. The first signal is you want to start seeing a little bit of action on it, right? Maybe there's you got a favorite Bitcoin board or something like that. And you pop in and you see people all of a sudden are talking about the Tron coin, right? And then so you go look at Tron and you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll take a little poke here. We're only taking like $50 pokes, maybe $25 to $50 pokes on the coins. And then once we get that 10, 15%, maybe we'll do it once or twice, but we'll buy that Bitcoin and we'll send it right over. So it starts compounding, compounding, compounding. And then that way we no longer have to trade it, right? It just sits there and it makes money for us. So you see how we've done a little groundwork and then all of a sudden we put it in a position where our money works for us. That's the key. I've said it before on this show. You're either working your ass off for your money or your money is working its ass off for you. Whichever one you want to be is up to you. Now let's go look at the Bitcoin chart because this is a work of art, guys. And if you've been watching the show from the beginning, you didn't fall into that mania from a couple of weeks ago. We talked about this, right? We talked about the Bitcoin chart. This is a 1-year chart. This is when your big sell down happened, right? A couple of weeks ago. And we told you that was your capitulation bar. That was your confirmation. And then we set the support and resistance levels. And then we just live by that. You can live off this chart right now. Even with Elon Musk coming out, what was it, last night with his, I don't know, broken heart tweet about Bitcoin. Look what it did. It couldn't do much to it. It brought it about halfway down that channel, and it's starting to work its way out of it in itself. We saw so many people In fact, we were in the live room one day pulling up YouTube sites. Sell all your Bitcoin, sell all your Bitcoin. 5 days later, I shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin. I shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin. You know why they did? Because they were too busy dealing with noise and emotions that they didn't use the technicals. So as long as that thing holds at 34.1, 39, about 39 and a half is your breakout point. It should trade in here. And we talked about that. Let the selling finish, watch for the capitulation, let it work out all this selling, right? It's going to have to go sideways. This is your buying area. This is not your panic area. This is not your dump all your Bitcoin area. This is, if you want to own Bitcoin and you wanted to own it up here, you definitely want to own it down here. And so that's the way we're trading it, guys. So now, some of you are probably asking that big question. Well, Pat, what if I want to trade the coins alongside with you? Well, then you got to watch the stock show from now on, okay? Because I'm only going to do the Bitcoin show on Fridays, okay? Like I said, we're busy. We got lives to live and stuff like that. I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't want to be on anything 24/7, okay? I want to go live my life. You put your money to work so you can go have fun. So if you watch the daily market updates, which are right on the same channel, I'll mention at the end of the show which coins we're looking at and which coins we might be in at the moment. Now, we're not playing these for 5 minutes, okay, guys? It's just like when we made money on the dog coin. We saw that it was in a lull, right? Nobody was talking about it. It's usually the chatter of the internet, right? Is Doge coin, however you, DOGE, let's put it that way. And so we bought it because we knew it was in a lull, but we were confident that at some point somebody's going to talk about it because everybody loves it. And even when it's dead money, CNBC and all of them are just masturbating over the coin. And we just waited, right? And we ended up waiting 2 days. So be patient and don't feel like you got to buy something right now. Don't feel like you got to rush. You got to sit there and watch every coin and watch every tick and, I got to buy it. Play smart. Play smart. Keep your money working for you and take your opportunities when they make sense, okay? So if you want to follow along what coins we're in right now, let me pull up my Voyager. We just set a couple, we just bought a couple coins this morning because everything was cheap, right? With the Elon tweet. So right now we're sitting on some TRX, some Tron coin, under that 0.08. Dog coin, we took another little poke at dog coin because it went down to 36 cents. And we bought a little ADA. We like the Cardano coin. Cardano coin is one of those where we feel it could qualify to be like a stellar coin in the other portfolio, in the long portfolio. But for right now, we're not looking for anything to do that. But we know Cardano coin. Why did we buy Cardano coin? Well, we started seeing a lot of news stories about it, right? And there were very positive news stories. So you know some momentum's building in it. So it's probably going to make a move. Now, sometimes they get caught in these things like an Elon tweet. Listen, guys, if you are trading based on Elon Musk, you are a fool, okay? Because look, this guy's a billionaire, okay? He probably doesn't even own the damn coins. You know, even in his Bitcoin, he owns it in Tesla's portfolio, not his portfolio, Tesla's portfolio. He does not give a rat's ass. All right. And if you think he does, then you're a fool. So stop following Elon Musk and start doing things on your own. Elon Musk didn't ask you how to become a billionaire. Why are you asking him? All right. Plus, too, Elon Musk right now has bigger problems, right? He's doing everything but selling cars. Other than that, guys, so if you want to follow along on the coins that we're trading, follow along on the daily market show. Right towards the end of the show, I'll review it. And all I'm going to talk about is, you know, right now we're sitting on some ADA, some DOGE, and some TRX. Don't wait for me to say sell it, because if we get that 10, 15, 20%, we will take it and we will move that Bitcoin over to Nexo. And you should be doing the same thing. Okay, guys? So it's a simple formula. Okay. First of all, let's go over this one last time. All right. First of all, know your asset, right? We waited through this, right? We didn't panic. And now we know we're in this buying period. So we're building positions, right? We found this Voyager. We finally were able to fund Voyager. So the $200 we put in Nexo, we put another 200 in Voyager, and that is your feeder, right? We trade the little coins. We don't mess around with them. The minute we get profits, we take it, we convert it to Bitcoin, and then we just move forward. Now, at some point, this is going to break out of this channel and our strategy might change. Just keep updated. Just stay with us. All right. Just keep checking the show. Other than that, it's Aloha Friday. Go enjoy your weekend. I know Bitcoin is a 24/7 market, but there's a little tip on what we do. I'll look at Bitcoin in the morning and I might not look at it again till nighttime. Okay. Unless you just set alerts, you know what I mean? You just set alert. You buy WWXYL coin and you buy it at say 30 cents. You want to know if it's going to move. You just set an alert. That way you don't have to sit there and watch it, right? You don't care about it till it makes that alert anyways. All right, gang. So look, you guys have a calm, exciting weekend. And don't forget, look, guys, without question, that is your definitive Bitcoin chart right now. Screenshot that if you want to, but that's your channel. And you see how we did that. We didn't get excited. We didn't freak out when it started selling down. We didn't sell all our Bitcoin. We didn't tell you to sell your Bitcoin. In fact, we don't tell you to do anything. We just tell you what we're doing. If you want to follow along, you want to take the advice, that's up to you. But we're not one of those today saying, oh, I shouldn't have sold my Bitcoin. Watch it, chart it. We know we're in this channel right now. It might come back down a little bit, might get it a little cheaper, but buying in here is the smart thing to do, we think. All right, guys. This is not the end of crypto. All right. Just because Elon Musk puts out a little tweet with a broken heart in it, you know what I mean? Maybe he's the one with the broken heart. Who knows, right? All right. And think about it too, guys. Really think about these tweets. They're so cryptic. They don't really say anything. They imply something. You know what I mean? You go disseminate that all you want. We're not going to waste our time with that. So look, guys, like I said, too, Elon Musk has got a bigger problems. He forgot how to sell cars and now Ford's eating his lunch and GM's right around the corner. So stay tight. All right, guys, play smart. Keep your money working for you. Anytime money's not working for you, you are working for it. And that's not the way to riches. All right. So the Bitcoin millionaire trek is on its way. We have now, like I said, we've doubled the Nexo portfolio, and we'll continue doing this until we see something change with the dynamic of Bitcoin, like on that channel or something like that. And we'll keep you updated if it is. All right, guys. All right. Have a great weekend.